And then as you get mature, it's like, oh, now you need to start eating meat. You need to start cracking bones.
And then money, girls, you guys, money.
Be a team player. Don't go there and work till midnight and send your work.
I
and then
do.
I find it very cringe.
I do that all the time.
I'm currently writing my first official book. So you guys will hear about that soon.
Guys, today is an extremely special day because I have someone special with me on the green coach. This person has been my friend for 13 years now. She's been someone that, or rather, she's someone that I truly value. Amazing conversations today, sharing several aspects of our lives, and don't go anywhere. We're going to have lots and lots of lessons and laughters. You don't want to miss anything. Okay, so with all joy and happiness and excitement, welcome my beautiful darling friend, Toke.
Hello, hi everyone.
So, how has, I know you've been to Nigeria for the past 2 weeks now. How has the stay been? Yeah, she's actually, based in London. She just managed to come my great source with her presence. So how was the past?
Don't let her deceive me with all these words.
The past
it's been really good. I would say that Nigeria is always a very beautiful place to visit. It's one of the best places you could ever come to be honest. Even though I was looking forward to having some sun this time that I came to Nigeria.
There was sun now. Okay, well, not really.
I was disappointed because the degree, it's like, 27 degrees without sun, mostly cloud, but
they want us to be hot. So all of us are praying for. We all love this weather, right?
Are visiting, for sure you want some sun. But anyway, but it's been nice, seeing family, seeing you, seeing everyone.
Yeah.
Having a great time in Nigeria. The food, we all know Nigerian food.
Amala,
I had pounded yam. It was my friend that made it for me.
Yeah.
I don't hype her too much, please. Like she made me that, and then I've had all the nice foods, basically jollof rice, everything you can think of. I tried puff this morning. You guys try puff when you come to Nigeria. It's really nice.
So let's start off with our mutual friendship. Do you remember how we became friends? I remember.
My version of the story might not be your version of the story, but I remember then we were in school. We were in the same course, obviously, but then we were not really friends until we were both posted. So she's crazy. Until we're both posted to a particular, what did you call it? Accommodation. And from there, I think because there was like scarcity of people, now started speaking. She is a very lovely person. I think we're both very introverted people where we keep to ourselves. We are very happy in our own company, I would say. So from there, we started talking, and then it's been like so many years since then, and it's just so easy to talk to her, and that's how we met. I hope that's how we met.
I remember Toke. Should I even say this? So, Toke used to act like she was better than all of us.
Oh wow!
She came in as an international student, whatever that means. And she was always. Anyway, I just used to look at her. Who's this girl?
Unless if you ever see anyone walk like this, please avoid.
But then, we finally, I think when he said we're in the same hostel, and I don't know how we just managed to.
You didn't have a choice. That's the thing. Like you saw me, you fell in love, and you're like,
anyway,
oh my god.
But it was an amazing time.
I changed your life.
Yeah, she did. I'm going to ask one question, but I'll start by answering it first before I let her speak.
She always does.
So the question really is, I think, over the 13 years we've been friends, the one thing about our friendship that has kept us strong. For me, I would say the one thing about Toke that I never experienced, because honestly, having female friendships can be quite hard. But the one thing about Toke for me was Toke gave, for the first time out of all my female friends, and she gave me room to be vulnerable. Toke was one person when we first met that used to share a lot.
Oh wow! I have no boundaries. Another one.
She almost overshare, because sometimes girls can be so keep this to yourself, keep that to yourself, or whatever.
Yeah.
And because she she was sharing, it also gave me the opportunity to share, because I used to be very into myself, keep everything to myself, and just focus like on maybe my family members, and I really was vulnerable with people. But Toke gave me that space. She was my safe space right from when we were in school, because I could trust her with my secrets. I would share things with her, she would share things with me. We didn't hide anything from each other. I could cry with her, and she was my my one fighter. Toke can fight anybody.
Oh my God! Like, I'm actually
even if
surprised.
I'm wrong, even if I'm wrong, Toke will always take take my side. So sometimes if I just want to get someone to be on my side, I'll just call Toke. Okay, please, this is what's happening. And Toke will just support me. So that's one thing. Vulnerability, I think, is one thing she taught me, and one thing I love about our friendship.
I was gonna say that actually, like, what's the point of like a friend if you can't be vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
Like, in this day and age where everything is so tight and you can't really talk to people, like, your friend should be that safe space for you where you can literally say anything.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the point of friendship if you can't? I would say that there's so many things about our friendship that I actually love, but one thing that one thing that I would pick out is the fact that, those kind of friends that you have to talk to them every day or every single week. It's not always like that, actually. So we have moments where we talk more often, and then moments where we also give each other this like space to know that life is happening, and not taking offense to that. Like the fact that you could just like not hear from each other for like weeks, and then being able to know that, oh, I can always come back home and, have that conversation if needed. I think that's like the best part of our friendship, right? Because life sometimes gets really busy. And I think also because we're introverted as well. So we tend to, as I have said previously, be in ourselves. But then, I think that's one thing I really like. The second thing is the fact that, like, Dami, you can call her and be like, oh, I need you to pray about something. And she would, like, that's the person you can pray with. Yeah. So she actually goes to church, you guys.
I think one thing that's very important is what you just said, because if you're expecting constant everyday calls, the pressure on that friendship will just be too much. Just understanding that, sometimes life happens, life is busy, several things that happen at once, and you may not get, but whenever I call Toke, she picks up my call, she gives me that rapt attention that I need in that time. She has never said, oh babe, I'm not like, once, because I don't call her every day. So when I call her, she takes it very seriously and gives me, that rapt attention. So I feel like for those that have friends who are not, in the same country, something that you need to learn. And you cannot be the needy person who needs someone to call you every single day or taking offense. Oh, she didn't call me this. Oh, she didn't do so. I think it's very important. Yeah.
Okay, so I was also going to add to what you said about there's different kinds of people. So you do have people that, require that everyday communication and constant, conversations. But then a lot of people actually, because life is so busy, come back from work, business, and you're already very tired, right? So I think that's really important to have an understanding friend or set of group of people that are in your corner, basically. I think a lot of things that break a lot of friendships now is like, oh, you, like when you finally call them, it's like, you that you not call me
exactly,
you that you know, and it's like for the person to actually call you means that they're thinking about you, they want you to talk to you. So it's nice to honor them in that moment, and maybe later you can then drag them. But I think it's also both ways, right? If someone doesn't call you, it's okay to call them and even dropping messages. You don't know how far your message would have gone for them, because we are so, stuck in our own ways, our own life, thinking, oh, that person is not doing this for me. But what are you giving to people as well? Because they are also going through their own stuff.
So was there a season where you felt tested in your faith? You felt like, maybe where's God in this moment, and how were you able to overcome it?
To be honest, I feel like that's like, I don't want to speak for other people, but I would say those seasons come and go based on where you are in life.
Yeah.
And I think when you have been with God, or you've been a Christian for a while, you are surely going to get to that point where like, oh, where's God? And a season where I have felt that, I would say basically relocating, starting a new life, starting a new job, a new space. requires so much change in you, right? So, and sometimes when we don't hear God as quickly as we used to, and we have to rely on His word, and we have to rely on praying and fasting, and also like speaking to the elders in church, it kind of makes you feel like, oh God, do you still care about me? Are you still here? But I think you just have to be consistent and just keep going and believing God's word. Because at first, when you first give your life to Christ, I think just like a mom, you run after your kids and be like, hey, I'm here.
So God is not chasing you that time.
Exactly. Yeah. And then as you get mature, it's like, oh, now you need to start eating meat. You need to start cracking bone.
Exactly.
I think that's God's way of showing up for us in order to grow us, right? So I think that's just what it is. It's just a process, and I've grown a lot as well, spiritually since then. Also understanding that no matter what's going on around me, God's love remains the same. It doesn't, it says, I am with you always, even to the end of the earth. Meaning that even when I don't feel Him here with me, He is.
Still, yeah.
So I think the maturing is knowing that consistently.
Okay, so this is also me answering the question with another question, right? So the question was sort of around the importance of friendship in faith and in God. And I think for me, I'll give my example. Well, sometimes when you're going through like severe situations, and at that point, you're probably too weak to pray yourself, or you're too weak to even have faith. It's very important that you have friends or a support system that can, give you that energy. I remember when I gave birth to my son, the first week or first 2 weeks, I think they took him to the NICU for a week, and there were just a lot of things, doctors' reports and terrible things that were being said about him, so there was so much fear, because first of all, the labor itself was very stressful. I was already weak from the labor, and after giving birth and then seeing my son, with oxygen mask and all of those things, I just didn't have strength to have faith per se, but calling my friends and calling Toke was one person that, and one thing that off point, one thing people tend to forget you actually in times of trouble, or people may not blame people, they may not know you're going through, but Toke has always been there. So like in that season when I was going through that period, Toke was my friend that would always encourage me and always remind me of God's word. And because I didn't have strength to maybe find my own word, I would hold on to the words Toke has said to me. And so sometimes it's very important that, you have friends that you are the same faith who can also remind you of God, because they're not necessarily going through that pain with you. So they have the strength to fight the battle on your behalf. So, how your POV, how would you think friendship is to
well, I think that's very romantic what you said today. I mean, yeah, you said it all actually. Having a good support system around yourself, and it doesn't have to be a lot of people. I've never been one to feel like, oh, I needed to have like 20 friends to feel loved or ever. Even I think it's how intensely that person loves you that makes a difference in your life. And you literally scared me then, because then when she was going through labor, I was calling her and I couldn't hear from her for like 3 days. And I was like, very soon, I didn't want to call her parents, not to make them scared. But then I think in that time, all I could do was really pray, to be honest, and just hope that everything was good and all. So I think finding those people that you have similar values with, and keeping them close. And when I say similar values, meaning that you believe the same things, not necessarily that you have the same personality, right? Someone might be extroverted and more out there than you. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad person or not a good person. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But having the same values, you believing in similar things, meaning that I'm here for you, you're here for me, that kind of thing. Or we both believe in God, or we both believe in career, or whatever it is that you can find a middle ground. Having those people, I think that's really important.
So let's go to something lighter so that, we can make them.
So that doesn't bore us.
So let's talk about London. So what would you say surprised you most about London?
Okay. About the UK generally, I would say, well, I think arriving there and realizing that the way in which you act is very different than the way you act in Nigeria.
Yeah, how's the difference?
So, for example, like in Nigeria, you could say hi to people a lot. Like on the road, you see people are always greeting you. Nigerians greet a lot. You know, we are very polite. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can even just, do you know what I mean? But then when I first arrived and I would say hello, and someone's looking at me like I was crazy, I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. But then, you know, I kind of learned that, you know, in certain places, I think more like in London specifically, everybody is moving so quickly. No one has your time. Why are you saying hello to me? Like, do I know you? But then when I moved outside London and moved to a more suburb area, I realized how much British people loved community. Like I would go to Tesco's and as I'm paying for my goods, person is saying how's your day, and I'm having like a full complete chat with this person. And you get to find out that this person loves painting, just like I like painting, or this person loves reading books. Like, it's just insane. Like, I've come to really like people, right? I think that's what it has helped me achieve, basically. Yeah. I don't know if I explained it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
get it.
You get it. But, yeah.
What would you say are some of the fun things you do in UK, especially for those that want to relocate? Things that you can recommend that you feel
like activities or hobbies, kind of thing.
Anything really
Fun things that you do.
Yeah.
I think it's almost the same as here, but just maybe there you have a bit more opportunities.
I mean, you don't go to cannot club there now, right?
Well, people club, but not me. You know, I'm not clubbing.
What else?
But I would say that it depends on what you like. Like, for example, I like writing, so I joined a writing group. So I write short stories, and I'm currently writing my first official book. So you guys will hear about that soon. So that's that. I also paint, so I did join a community of people.
Well, I did say she's very creative. She can do anything.
I'm a bit on the creative side.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about not doing anything.
She can do anything, really.
I try. I put the effort. So that's that. So it really depends, like, on what you like. There's so many things out there. I think you get to find your community. So
yeah, have you been able to find your community now?
I think I have. Even at work, I've you know how they say, oh, you don't make friends at work. But I've actually been able to find a few people at work that I genuinely connect with, that have such pure hearts and people that can support you. I think it's good to find your community in every area of life.
Yeah.
It really makes life worth living, because literally you spend 70% of your life at work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But did you find it? I'm asking this for those that are probably just moving in now and are probably sad and lonely. So did you find your community immediately? What are some of the things you did to I don't know, was it luck? Or I'm just asking for those that are maybe looking for community now, maybe those that just moved recently that are struggling with loneliness. What would you say you need to do? I don't know.
I feel like loneliness is like a big thing. When you relocate to any country, it can be very lonely, especially if you travel by yourself. If you travel with your family, like, thank God for you, because at least you have that. But I think what really helped me was when I traveled, I went to study. So I was able to meet a few people there.
Okay.
I also made myself open to opportunities. So, for example, when internships or certain jobs came up, I opened myself and then got to know people there. And also, like, even as I mentioned, going to the supermarket, someone is having, so it's what I think for me was very weird when someone said, oh, what are you buying? Like, oh, you're buying tomatoes. What are you using them for? And in my mind, my normal Nigerian self is like, I bet, are you okay? Do you get what's your own? But then, you know, I just
open yourself, just relax.
Open yourself. And then someday you start having conversation and you realize that you like the person or you don't. You know, and from there you get to know more people. And even like most places have like Nigerian groups or communities. If you Google Nigerian communities where you are, you would find them. Even in if you go to the African shop where you buy your African food, you will meet people there. And from there, you can make friends. Look friendly. Don't go there and be angry with everybody, because no one's going to talk to you, right? But I think that's how you somehow start to build your community. And even church.
Yeah, church.
It doesn't have to be a Nigerian church, you know. It can even be like Catholic, or depending on what you are, or Anglican. People are really friendly there as well. So nice. Try that.
So another question. What would you say has been the biggest career risk you've taken, and how did it turn out?
Biggest career risk? Well, I would, it sounds really weird. I think the biggest career risk I've taken is going back to school. Literally going to do my MBA. And I don't know, and then coming back, because then I traveled, did my MBA, and then relocated to a different country. And it kind of puts you in a position where you are starting afresh without knowing that you are, right? So you apply for your senior roles and then they're telling you that, oh, we actually have a junior role available if you prefer that. And like, no, I have an MBA. And to them, it's like, MBA, right? Because it's not mostly, a lot of companies in the UK or abroad, they're not really after like your degree. They're more about your years of experience. So you see someone that has never been to a university and has 30 years experience applying for the same job as you, and they think that person will do the job better than you, right?
Yeah.
That you have an MBA, you have 2 MBAs, you have this and that, coming from whatever university. So then it doesn't really mean anything. And then I think that was a rude awakening for me.
If you compare like maybe work culture between Nigeria and, the UK, what would you say? Is there a difference? Is there
Work
anything?
culture.
Yeah.
There's definitely a difference, you guys. But okay, so I think one difference I would say is the way in which performance is looked at. So, for example, in Nigeria, from my experience here, performance is, oh, you're very hardworking. You can do your job, finish it quickly, send that email to your CEO, blah, blah. And they're like, that girl, that kind of thing. But then like, in the UK, when I first joined, that was a mistake that I made. Very terrible rookie mistake where you join a team and you work really hard and you send it and you don't realize that as you're doing that, you're making the rest of your team look bad.
Yeah.
And they are building up some form of hate towards you, right? And then it means you're not really a team player.
Yeah, team player.
So in the UK, you want to be a team player. That's what helps you be a top performer. And that's one thing I've kind of learned. And I think also the emotional intelligence as well helps you know what things are acceptable in certain sectors or certain countries, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
So for those of you that are relocating, please, team player.
Be a team player. Don't go there and work till midnight and send your work.
I too do.
And also the fact that one of my uncles said something to me a few days ago, and he said that when he started going for smoke breaks with his team members, even though he doesn't smoke, that's when he started doing so well in his career. And I thought that was the weirdest thing. I was like, why are you going for smoke breaks if you don't smoke? But then that's because to them, you are being part of the team. That's where all the conversations happen at the smoke breaks.
Yeah.
So people, they want to see that you can work hard, but not like at the expense of them, but you are still part of them, right? But I think in Nigeria is different. It's like, the person
it's
that
very individualistic.
I mean, it's not really team. It's like the person that can walk the best, walk the fastest, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Show off, look better than others, kind of thing. But don't do that.
How do you balance career and also like your personal life so you don't overwhelm yourself or you don't lack in either your personal life or your career?
So I think balance is actually based on the individual. It's what do you want to achieve more of? Some people would say, I want balance. I want both my career and my family and everything to be balanced, but that's not really what they want. So you need to ask yourself the real questions. If you want to succeed a lot, if succeeding more at your work or your career means more to you than spending more time at home, you need to be honest with yourself. And then you then create, schedules around that, right? So also I would say creating space for yourself. Even some people say, I'm a busy mom. I have a friend, she has 3 children and she's a very busy mom, but she works full time. But what she does, she wakes up extra early in the morning to make some time for herself, to have a bubble bath whenever she can, or do her nails, or just have a coffee in silence, right? Just those little things, you have to put extra effort for yourself. Because without that, there is actually no balance.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I would say.
To add to that, I think personally for me, one thing I've also learned growing is you really can't have it all. You can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. I've heard people say that severally. Like, for example, when I was going through giving birth, really, I think it took like 2 years from me. And those 2 years, I'm calm, I'm chill. My baby is my priority right now. My baby is my focus right now. Me recovering, my healing of my body, my mind, because postpartum can be intense, and just focusing on me wanting to heal and focusing on the baby that that God has handed over to me. That time, my brain wasn't working. I was thinking about career. I was thinking about I started on the time to now say, but now that I feel like I'm back, I am doing like 5 things at once. I have my remote job. I'm doing the green coach. I'm doing my MBA right now. Like, I have the energy to if I want to give birth again, I know that something has to go. You can't say you want to do everything at once, like at the same time. So it's just prioritizing. I know that, okay, you know what, just for maybe the next 2 years, my husband has to just understand that, please, no, maybe I'm focused on my career right now. I just need your support in this aspect. Then when times for family comes to, you're going to have to find a way to work around your work, your job, and just, you know that you can't have it, you can't have it all at once. What is our goal going? That's in the next 5 years. Do you know that's now?
I actually have an idea what my goal is for the next 5 years.
Yes, for the next
but
5 years.
Answer first because you might steal my ideas. So
can you imagine? Next 5 years, I want to be top 10% global HR. You know, so when you're talking about HR, you have to call like Dami. You cannot be talking about global HR, especially for like startups, without calling my name.
Yes.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
So
remember, guys. Remember.
And what else? I also want to have a lot more impact and influence, especially for the younger girls. I feel like there's so many toxic and so many rubbish nonsense out there. People are looking up to people that are not worth looking up to. And people just need better role models. Really, really, especially for the young girls and boys, maybe.
Especially boys.
Yeah, so I want to be one of those models that would model Christ to the younger ones and bring people, to Christ, bring people to excellence in their career, excellence in every area of your life. And knowing that excellence is important as a person, as a woman, and just generally in life. That's the only way that's the best way to get true results. But yeah, I think these are just major things I'm looking to achieve: more impact, more influence, and then and then money, girls. you guys, money. I don't want to say how much. I wouldn't scare you from lots of money. Yeah. So.
Nice. Wait, what's the question again? Because you said so much. I'm lost. Okay, fine. 5-year goal. Well, I would like to publish my book in 5 years. Well, before 5 years. Hopefully, before the end of this year, I should be done writing my book and I should publish it. That's the first thing. The second thing is to literally be able to give back in any way possible, create more events around mental health, empowerment, Christ, peace of mind, and, all that kind of stuff. The third thing for me is family and friends, really, and being able to like focus on that and helping everybody grow. Yeah. That's that for me, really.
Who's more likely to laugh in a serious situation?
Some of us are very unserious people. Right.
I'm actually very serious. I would say that I'm actually, I'm respectful.
But actually, I would. Moments. Yeah, I think I'm more likely to laugh.
She just copied everything I say. I think we are both unserious, so none of us get it. Don't say anything silly. Next question:
who's more likely to keep everyone's secrets?
I think both of us. Yeah.
Who's more likely to text back instantly?
Me.
Yeah, I give it to her because she always messages me when I'm sleeping. Yeah. Around 5 a.m. So I wouldn't be texting back. Okay. Yeah.
Who's more likely to talk to animals as if they are people?
Sure. Because I feel like how creativity and crazy are almost.
Are you joking?
You can't be creative and not crazy.
I would like to say
creative, crazy.
What?
That's
now, okay, so between both of us, who is the crazy one?
I don't talk to animals.
No, but between both of us, who is the crazy one? No, you sound insane. I don't speak to animals. I like to put it out there.
But you're more likely to. You're more likely to.
God forbid. I don't talking to animal. Please. This guy is mad. Anyway, next question. Thank you.
Who's more likely to join a reality TV show?
That me maybe, because it can't be me. Like, I can't be watched 24/7. Actually, no, I don't even think you can either. No. Like, how much are they paying us? I know, even at that. Yeah. Or if it's for like a day. Yeah.
Who's more likely to fall asleep in the middle of a movie?
I think it's okay.
Are you joking?
I wouldn't fall asleep.
I've never fallen asleep in the middle of a movie
nobody else.
But because she has to point things.
No, because I know it can be me, and then she looks like she's always sleeping.
Pointing at herself.
She's always tired.
Mama is tired.
Exactly.
She my ears off. But yeah, I wouldn't sleep.
She goes to bed by 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. She's always wanted to be inside early.
Someone will actually think that I sleep by 7 a.m. Please, I don't. Okay, but yeah, moving on.
Who's more likely to dance in public?
I would never dance in public.
I do
I
that.
find it very cringe, and she's doing
I
it
do
right
that
now.
all the time.
I don't know why she's doing this.
She can't dance, that's why. If you can dance, you can dance anywhere. If you come with your body. Yeah.
Do you know, I just don't understand like the concept of like dancing. Like I understand like slow dancing. Like I think that's very romantic. But you know the
'Cause
one
me
that
and
people
love-
just play music and they're like this. I'm like, what is the what does that mean? Like that freaks me out. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Yeah, yeah.
Who's more likely to forget where they packed their car?
Do you know I'm actually very good with that direction, even though I don't drive. I'm learning, guys. But I
I've
know
learned for 5 years,
where
you guys.
doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
I know exactly where it is that I park well. Whoever it is I'm with parks their car, or my driver parks his car, or the car, my car.
Probably me.
There's so much going on.
It depends.
I don't forget.
I forget
car parkings.
sometimes.
Dammy would forget.
Who's more likely to make a big deal out of their birthday?
Me.
I think we both do.
Do you?
Do I?
You're always hiding.
Actually, you know the thing is that you're a bit extra, so I think for me, as long as like I feel loved, friends, family shop for me, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But Dammy would like want something big, like grand. So I think mostly you.
Yeah.
If it's not grand, it's not a birthday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it actually, that's lied. I'm not
Dammy,
that
don't lie.
grand.
No,
but yeah, I
lie.
like to make a big deal of my birthday. Like,
yeah, and that's fine.
You know,
no judgment.
of course. Who's judging me?
Who's more likely to cancel plans last minute?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
I do apologize for the times I have to plan last minute.
Yay, we're done!
That was fun! Thank you so much, guys, for coming to watch me and not Dammy. Invite me again.
Yeah, actually, we like to come to this our blessed country.
I will.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had an amazing time. I did. I was also blessed. Please share this video to whoever it is. If you have a best friend that has been amazing to you, please send this video to them. Let them know you love them. If you want your friendship to be better, send this video to your friends.
Share.
And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Follow me at all my social media pages. And see you next time, guys.